This was the idea way
This
back
was
when.
the idea. This was the idea way back when in the 1930s.
This was decades in the making, nearly a century-old idea now.
So about 1910, the citizens thought there should be a park along the river and that it should be a place where people would come and everything would be very quiet.
Before the park, there was a well-known problem.
There was a movement after successive floods to do some river improvements. As early as the 1860s, there were proposals to build a dam, to build retaining walls.
In 1921, it happened. A flood devastated downtown San Antonio. Water rose 11 feet. 50 people were killed. It prompted the construction of the Olmos Dam north of downtown and the building of a cutoff channel along the river to eliminate the flooding threat. Then came a young architect with an idea.
Robert H.H. Hugman was very young. He was 27 years old in 1929 when he came up with what he called the Shops of Aragon and Romula. Sounds like Game of Thrones or something.
He'd taken a job in New Orleans as an architect.
And he said New Orleans did such a great job with its French history. San Antonio needs to do that with its Spanish history.
It was Hugman's idea to make the San Antonio River a destination, a place with shops and restaurants.
And what was clever about it was he was showing the business community a way to capture more land by having business at the river level and at the street level. Then the stock market crashed.
So the Riverwalk idea would have to wait another 10 years until 1939. The work finally got started, but then Hugman got fired, all because of what is a Riverwalk signature today, limestone.
When limestone is cut, it's very fresh and looks very new. And a whole lot of people didn't like that.
And he kept pleading, wait till it grows in, wait till the plants grow in, it'll look much better, which was true, ultimately.
The project was finished without Hugman, but it wasn't an overnight success.
Once it was a destination area, how did that change downtown?
Well, it didn't really change downtown for a long time. In the late 30s, early 1940s, there was still only one or two restaurants down here. And people still perceived it to be a dangerous place to come. And it wasn't until Hemisphere.
Until we got Hemisphere.
The thing that really brought the Riverwalk home and transformed the city was Hemisphere.
San Antonio playing host to the World's Fair in 1968 brought Hemisphere, hotels, and eventually those Riverwalk restaurants Hugman envisioned nearly 40 years earlier. Hemisphere reinvigorated an interest in downtown San Antonio and brought to life the Riverwalk buzz that's still on these banks today.
Come down here and you're in another world, no matter what part of town you're coming from. This is different, and it's San Antonio, and how lucky we are.